Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. So Heroes of Mavia just made some pretty big balance changes. And I like how they were able to do this without having to roll up a whole new update. Seems like they're getting a lot quicker at this. But there are some major changes, and I'm talking big ones. I mean, probably the biggest one everyone noticed right away. You can't go to HQ8 anymore.
I want to play.
So if you were lucky enough to get your base up to HQ8, you're still here. But if you're HQ7 or lower, that's it. So I wonder if maybe they just wanted to cap off some of the higher players to do some more testing at that level. Maybe this is a hint of what's coming towards global. I'm not really too sure. You know, we were originally told we were going to get up to HQ10 in the beta. Maybe not. So that's a huge one. You know, I think there's pros and cons to both. You know, obviously, if you're stuck at 7 and lower, just max your base, start practicing those troop compositions. You know, if you're higher, you get to kind of plan a little bit ahead. But I'm lucky that I have a base at 8 and another base at 7. And then actually I reset my third base altogether to kind of start from the beginning to see what that's like. But there were some things that really stood out to me right away. Like one, for example, is I have a turret you can see here that I got to level 8. They were doing this thing where it was kind of matching up with the HQ levels, which I really like, seeing what storage is, but you can't actually upgrade turrets past level 7 now. So I can't get my turret to level 8, even though I have one over here that's going to be stuck at level 8. So also makes me a little suspicious. But what I like about the balance upgrades on the build time is storages now take much longer. It was like 20 minutes, 40 minutes. It was just way too fast. I felt like it wasn't balanced, or maybe it wasn't meant to be like that. So I'm happy to see, you know, going to storage level 6 takes actually 5 hours. Another big thing is they added a rocket tower at level 8 or HQ8. So now I have 3 rocket towers. I also have a 4th sniper tower, and they added some more walls. And I'm super stoked for the walls because, especially with all the new storages, building a base has been complicated in a good way. You can see I'm kind of doing these double, triple wall things in this base. If I obviously spread that out a little bit, I could have a lot more coverage, but this is a unique design that I was testing for a while that's been performing pretty good. But I'm really happy they added more walls. It adds a lot more options to base building. Another huge difference that I noticed is the upgrade cost. So motors, level 5 to level 6, used to cost 750,000 gold. Now they're only 375. So I don't know if I like that. I actually think a lot of things should be much more expensive than they are. I feel like it's too easy to get that to level it up, but maybe that's part of what they want. I'm not too sure. We do know we're going to have 4 engineers come global launch instead of just 2. So I'm really curious how long it's going to take people to actually get their base maxed and what kind of timeline they're looking for. Do they want it to take 2 years? Do they want it to take 3 months? You know, I don't really know what that's going to look like, but I do like the change to the build queue times. You know, you can see here the motor is still 2 days, 4 hours. It was the same before this balance update, so they just changed the gold. And then on the storages, they changed the time. But probably the biggest change that I'm most excited about was Mira. So you can't see it here, but she is way faster to train now. I'm way faster and cheaper. I think it was like 80,000 gold, 8 hours or something, you know, comparative to before where it was like 2 million gold, 7 days to get her to level 16, you know, and now she's already 16 going to 17 currently. So I just kind of completely pivoted away from troop upgrades, and I'm going all in on Mira right now to see how high I can get her before the end of the beta, especially because I'm at HQ8, which it seems like isn't going to be accessible for people. Maybe they add it back in. Maybe they're just kind of doing this cap right now, and then they add HQ8 back in. I'm not too really sure. But when we take a look at some of the units here, so if I take a look, I didn't see too many changes as far as the unit stats go, but really you kind of got to feel these out in match to understand it a little bit better. But it didn't seem like there was really too many changes as far as units. At least that I didn't notice. I mean, I'm really doing a lot of farming right now, so I'm not testing the nuances and intricacies of, you know, specific attack strategies so much. But those were kind of the main things I noticed. No HQ8 anymore if you're 7 or lower. Increased build time on the storages. reduced cost on the upgrade of a lot of defenses, more walls, and just kind of some additional defenses.
I want to play.
So I'm really stoked to see the rate of progression that the development team is working on balancing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you were one of the lucky few to get to HQ8, treasure it, because it looks like other people aren't. And don't worry if you didn't get there. If you didn't get there, it actually shows that you're probably doing what you should be doing, which is maxing out each HQ level fully before you go up to the next. I talk about that all the time on the channel. It's definitely hugely important for esports, and if you're going to be applying to alliances, people are not going to want to see rushed bases. So, unless you're maxed, don't go up. That's my personal recommendation, and obviously what a lot of other esports teams are going to be looking for, and competitive teams. So don't feel left out. If anything, you get to kind of test the apex maybe now during the end of the beta while you're at 7. So thanks so much to everyone who subscribed to the channel. It really makes a big difference. We want to be your go-to source for everything Mavia related. We really appreciate all the support. Come talk to us about Mavia. We're chatting about it every single day in our Discord. And big thanks to everyone who smashed that like button. See y'all in the next video. Cheers.